Sounded pretty good.
Not bad. It was a wee bit thin, but actually it's quite a good result considering it was just a bit low in the head. Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a dive into Costco World, Michael. Long-awaited review of the Kirkland irons.
Wholesale, whole set.
Wholesale, whole set? Is that what you're going with?
Yeah, it sounded good.
I like it. We've obviously done the wedges in the past, the first edition. We actually have the full set. We may as well test them all while we're here.
Yeah, no, this will be interesting.
Yes, we have the new, but I think most of our focus, we want to sort of look at the irons.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got the driver over there, we've got the putter. We're not going to hit the putter. We'll take a look at it, we'll pass an opinion on it. Have you seen it?
In passing, back in the day, yeah.
So we'll hit some wedge shots, we'll start there, then we'll do our usual 4, 7 and wedge test on the irons. And then we'll hit a few with the drivers. Is it only coming at 10.5? Let me just quickly check that out.
The one we have is 10.5.
I think it does only come in at 10.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, which obviously can be turned down with a loft sleeve. So we'll hit that as well. Not likely to be at our specs, but let's hit it and see what we think about the performance of it. But back to the irons.
Very similar in shape and look to some other brands that we've worked with and that we deal with.
Yeah.
You know, there's a tungsten in the club. It's injected with like a urethane. So two-piece golf club, hollow body basically. I think it looks from the back, it looks okay. I mean, that Kirkland Signature is funny to see because you see it. I'm sure I'm sure everyone who's watching this have been to Costco once in their life. Yeah, I don't think it looks cheap by any means.
I don't know. I kind of almost, I feel like it does look, I think that's the one thing, like, I'm expecting them to perform reasonably well considering the specs and the kind of engineering that's went into it, if you want to call it that. But I think, to me, it's just the Kirkland signature on it.
It's big.
Yeah, it's big and it's the same as on the cookie box. I think that's just what I can't get over.
Golf clubs and
bag of chips,
$1.50 hot dog, and you're good to go.
Exactly. But we're going to hit it and see, and we're obviously see how it stands up. One of the things that to me, Mike, I don't know if you want to grab the 7 iron, you got it right there. Yeah. Like when I was putting stickers on them, what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It seems to me that they're light on grooves. It's not that light on grooves. 12 is not a lot. I think 13 sort of is standard. Some of the clubs now, especially in the wedges, are going up to 17. Yeah. To me, I'd be concerned if I'm analysing what's going on and looking at it from a performance standpoint, I'd be concerned about spin.
Right, okay.
And a lack of spin, especially in sort of poor conditions. And those of you who maybe are owners of these clubs, maybe chime in, let us know if that's the case. Definitely,
yeah, the flyer prevention. Now that you mention it, yeah, it doesn't look like there's
lots of gaps. There's big gaps between the grooves.
Yeah, good point, yeah.
Okay. All right, other than that, it kind of is something we've seen from many, many brands. Yeah. This type of thing. So it seems like, though, the hardest thing with these is actually finding a set. Yeah, keeping them in stock.
I think once they release them, it's funny, I was in a Costco in the US a couple months ago and they had tons of drivers, tons of putters, tons of wedges, but no iron sets. Because I did put the driver down. This is the first time I saw it, took a look at it. But for $4.99, it's a 7-piece set.
Not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Okay, let's start with the wedges. Let's look at the Kirkland 2.0 wedges, Mikey. Still the same makeup, which I think is a little bit of a mistake. I think the 52, 56, 60, I think by having a 40-degree 9-iron, a 45-degree wedge, and a 52-degree gap wedge, I think they've missed a trick there. Like somebody maybe showing a little bit of the lack of maybe golf knowledge inside the kind of the building when the decisions were being made in those, or the molds or whatever were sort of being made. I think a 50-degree gap wedge would have made way more sense.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Let's hit a few and
see.
Cool,
let's see it.
Okay.
All right, Fraz, we're going to start with the 60-degree. We do have the Kirkland ball as well that we're using for the whole test, which is nice. It's a full in-depth Kirkland review.
Quite good to do that because I think people who are shopping for the clubs are probably also keen on the ball. Yeah. And what that might bring, save a few bucks. What's the price of the golf ball now?
The price of your golf ball is
like 2 dozen.
$34.99 for 2 dozen, 3-piece urethane cover golf ball.
It is insane.
You buy gloves, you buy the whole. I saw something on TikTok. They're going to start selling golf bags.
Oh yeah, I mean,
So
God,
I mean, it makes sense.
They've got a whole, they've got a whole brand they're building behind these things. Okay, 60 yards, Mikey boy.
Okay.
It's a wee bit, but not bad.
Start. For shape of a 60, thoughts right out of the gate?
Yeah, it's not for me. It's definitely not for me. There's way too rounded a leading edge.
Yeah.
It's still very sharp. I remember saying that with the first version. I think it's too sharp on the leading edge. I think the golfer who's going for this is probably going to be a slightly higher handicapper. Albeit the guy that gave us these, Elliot, like he's a good player and stuff like that. So it's not just for the higher handicap. But I think the customer that they're marketing to is a slightly higher handicapper. Therefore, I think that design on the leading edge too severe.
Yeah.
Lots of people, I'm sure, find them quite easy to chunk it.
And only 8 degrees of bounds. You'd think for the mass market, you'd go
Higher. Go
60, 10 or 12, something in that. Good strike.
Are you betting the snout, Michael? Those last 3 were pretty good.
Yeah.
Certainly better strikes. Last 2 anyway.
For a 50-yarder with a 60, spin-wise, looking for similar numbers, a little more?
Yeah, a wee bit higher. If I just hit one with my own, just as a little reference. Yeah, probably quite similar.
Yeah.
81.
81, so a fraction more.
Yeah, a bit more, probably equal to the higher ones that we saw with the Kirkland. Yeah, it just seemed like 76, 75, I don't see that too often. Like, I'm having to kind of, to be honest, change my action a wee bit here. Just try and take it back really wide.
You definitely want to hang open a bit more, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay, Fraz, into the gapper, 10 degrees of bounce like the 56.
Yeah, full sole. The 56 have a little bit of, it does have a little bit of heel relief. Yeah, they've done a better job on the grind on the sand wedge and the 2.0. There's a bit more going on there for open face shots.
I have the original wedges, and I always found I actually buffed down one of the soles on the 56. It was too wide and too rounded, in my opinion. Good strike.
Not bad, yeah. I'm working at that.
Yeah, working hard to turn it over.
Yeah, it's hard. They want to stay out there.
Yeah, last few strikes were nice.
Yep.
9,100 average in spin, 9,200, not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Yeah, so verdict, I think, in the wedges, Mikey, not a big change. Way too much of a sharp leading edge. Still think they can get away with the material. Feels okay. Doesn't feel great, I mean, relatively speaking. But I think if I compare, which really we're comparing, we're comparing top-end Mercedes and a low-end something. Don't want to offend anyone who's got one, but if you just look at the difference in the sole design, it's very significant. It's very significant. So, yeah, you're going to get what you pay for in that.
Hey, Fraz, into the irons. Obviously, start pitch and wedge, then 7, then 4. First thoughts on at address with this iron? I know you love a pitching wedge.
Shape is not it for me at all.
Okay.
No, that's not it. But top, it's got kind of a funny transition, very rounded on that kind of top edge. I kind of like it to be from here to here, straight line. I don't like a big arch to that. Okay. So no, that's not it shape-wise. I mean, if I was just to look at the kind of the front of the wedge, the leaded edge into the front, so the hosel into the lead edge, fine. Yeah. Absolutely fine. It's just that top part is not ideal.
Nice strike. Maybe a little low?
Yeah, a little thin.
Very muted, metallic-y sound to them.
It sounds okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's okay. It's not...
I was expecting this kind of echoey iron, and it sounds fine.
No, it does.
First couple swings. Thoughts on them so far?
Not bad.
Okay.
Not too bad. Yeah, I've not struck one yet that I've been impressed with, put it that way, but I'm not yet ready to rule out the fact that's just me. A better strike. Yeah, I mean, not bad. 6 out of 10.
Okay. All right, Fraz, 170 yards, 7 iron. Obviously didn't love the shape of the pitching wedge right out of the gates.
Yeah, like, look at that though. It's totally different.
Yeah, totally different.
So there's the straight line I was talking about from you know, the heel to the top line. It's literally perfectly straight. Just make the wedge like that.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I don't know if anyone's in there really thinking about how high the CG is, but maybe the kind of curvature to the top end is trying to push the CG up a little bit to flight the wedge down. I'd be on their side a wee bit, but I like the shape of the 7. Yeah. 3.2 millimeters of offset.
You've got...
Or more?
Offset, you've got 2.7.
2.7,
in the 7 iron, 31 degrees aloft.
Yeah, the offset's pretty good. I quite like the offset.
Sounded pretty good.
Not bad. It was a wee bit thin, but actually it's quite a good result considering it was just a bit low in the head. It was one of my fears with this club is that the wedge is kind of going like 130 and 7 iron's going to go 180.
Yeah.
We keep seeing that with these hollow bodies.
Hot in the middle of the set doesn't...
Yeah, it just jumps.
Yeah. Again, could be that groove thing that we were talking about too. I mean, 6,000 spin on the iron.
It's not bad, honestly.
95 feet in the air, but it just goes forever.
Yeah, it just retains a lot of speed. Similar. Get that strike up the head a little bit today.
Swing.
Better strike.
Yeah, good strike.
Where's the spin been? So, yeah, 59 on average. I just want to hit 1 with the Strixon XV.
Okay.
Just think there might be actually a really good match with the Kirkland ball and the Kirkland irons because they spin more. Okay, so...
Pretty strike.
Yeah, good strike. Moving away from the Kirkland ball into the Strixon XV. So spin drops down, pick up a little bit of ball speed. I'd be really worried about somebody playing these irons with a low spin golf ball.
Yeah.
Like any hollow body, to be honest. But yeah, so if we look at just the previous 4 to that last one there.
Yeah.
Like between shot 4 and shot 5, we've got 60-100 spin, 50-100 spin. Obviously 12 yards of carry difference. Yes, it's a big change.
And that comment on the low spin ball, I mean, potentially someone playing these irons are obviously not going to get fit, which is wrong. And then they've, you know, have a couple different golf balls in the bag and they play the low spin one to help with maybe their driver, just get a bit more distance.
Totally.
And you've got a combination that, I mean, you're not going to hit many greens if that's the case.
It's going to be the hot ball
Yeah.
when you don't expect it. Okay, last but not least, Z4.
Okay, for us, 4-iron. Again, shape-wise, you're looking at offset at 3.4. So obviously, you're going to get a little bit more offset as you get to the kind of the lower lofted clubs. 20 degrees aloft on the 4-iron.
Yeah, strong. Pretty strong.
Little driving iron.
It is. It looks it as well. Just looks very, very straight.
Good strike, just, 10.8 on the launch, 3,500. Quick, it's got some speed to it for sure. Just low. Good swing. Right out the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good swing. All right, Fraz. The big dog. Titanium sole, titanium face, carbon composite crown. He's got all the makings of the big guys, the top dogs in the industry. Off camera, we jokingly said, could you imagine if you hit this and it replaces the OG sim? We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it sits very shut. There's no getting away from that. It's just like I've got it set 10.5 down to 9.5, so it should be presenting a bit more open. I mean, the thing's sitting, it's got to be 4 degrees left. Like I've seen people online testing these. I haven't heard anyone. I don't want to say tell the truth. I've not heard anyone call out for the fact that it sits like a draw bias driver. Like it does. There's no getting away from that. It sits left.
Some people want the truth, but can't handle the truth.
Yeah. It's very long front to back, Mikey.
Yeah.
Looks very triangular.
Yeah, big driver. We'll see. 10.5, obviously, have the adjustability. Comes with a True Temper Even Flow Riptide shaft.
Yeah.
Lambkin grip. Not an awful offering.
A little bit low, Mikey, but
A little low and spinny.
at the spin and overdrive. Trying to get that out to the right.
Yeah, and then the launch kicks up mega.
I got it in a better spot in the head, to be fair. That wasn't a bad strike.
Okay.
It just, like, I think it might be 30 yards short of mine.
We'll have to do a little comparison after we get the collection of these. Not awful.
You're being kind, Michael. You're being kind. Okay.
Low, but it's very finder, this thing.
Yeah, I need to launch it a wee bit. I'm not launching it so much today. Really low spin today.
Yeah.
I'm one-handing that 162 ball. 10 launch. Yeah, the last one was like as bad as I can hit it.
Yeah, right out of the bottom. No competition there. The sim stays in the bag.
All right, Mikey boy, let's lump all the wedges and irons into one. As we said with the wedges, similar to what we saw before.
Yeah.
I think the only comment, criticism that we would make is just that leading edge is so sharp.
Yeah.
So you need to accept that that's what you're going to get. Into the irons, the wedge to the 7-iron carry distance is a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big
You can
gap.
kind of see it right there. You know, when you go from 130 to 180, that's definitely a bit of an issue.
Yeah, we assumed, right, you know, to start, it would be like a 170 club, but that 180, and to be honest with you, there was a couple in there that were a lot further than that 180 as well. Obviously, these are averages, but definitely a hot iron.
Definitely. 4-iron really struggled for launch. Like it kind of apex, looking at the 7-iron, like it apexed quite a bit lower.
10-9.
Yeah, and we're not seeing that from modern irons with the sort of, with the center of gravity being manipulated to be very low to promote that higher launch. I think this is what you would see if you didn't see, this is the perfect example of loft jacking if it was just loft jacking.
Yeah, good
Right,
point.
because that's pretty much all that's going on here. Is the lofts are really strong. We're not getting a specific 4-iron CG, so you're going to get a launch spin and speed relative to a 20-degree 4-iron. There is no pulling down of that CG, right. So we're going to get a bit of a hot one with that. Let's go into the big dog. K-Sig, I found it. I mean, it just sat, you know, closed. It was easy to turn it left.
Yeah.
Delivery 3.5 up, 3.5 out. Face angle was...
Strike didn't, like, it looks low there. It didn't hang out too low, but for something that,
bad.
You know, had a lot of left to it, just high spin. Yeah. Obviously, we compared it to your gamer because I think it's a good way to just not expose it, but show the difference in obviously a well-fitted driver to, you know, something that's made for the masses. I'm surprised for something that sits so closed, just how it ballooned on you.
Well, it's kind of probably a blessing that the face was able to get closed, because if with that much loft, it didn't go left, I mean, the spin would have been 4,000.
Yeah, good point.
Never mind 3. So, yeah, if we take a driver that's obviously fitted to me and what I get from it, ball data. Now, that was low for me spin-wise today. Yeah. Again, I'm not sure if that's that Kirkland ball. I've never played that ball with the driver, but to keep the test equal, we were about 4 miles an hour quicker ball speed, same launch, quite different in spin.
Spin was big.
Yeah, actually with a lower strike.
Yeah, interesting.
That is interesting, and obviously
carries. Yeah, crazy.
Quite a bit more carry. So, yeah, management of spin, not just lower spin, management of it, really tight. It's one of the reasons I love that sim driver. But yeah, I think you can get away with the irons. I think you can maybe, if the right type of person, get away with the wedges.
Yeah. Driver's a rough one.
Slower swing speeds. People who need some spin, need a bit of left. There's someone like that could maybe benefit from that driver. Now, that's 10.5 open.
Correct.
To play 9.5, and it still sits quite shut. Yeah, that's not as a starter. Maybe somebody starting out the game.
Yeah, it's not the worst.
$199, I think, in the US.
So cheap.
Not bad.
Yeah,
not bad for that. But when you start comparing it, as we do, we're a channel known for sort of being more technical and squeezing every last ounce of performance out of our golf club. You can see where that's lacking.
100%.
Which is a lot.
Yeah.
It is lacking a lot. All right, Kirkland.
Some good, some not so great.
Yeah, I think
but a
that's fair.
Good test, good way to run through it.
You're walking out the store. You got to be $1,200 for the deal. $500 for the irons, $200 for the driver. The wedges, price wise, 169
Yeah.
for 3. We got putter. What's putter?
Your putter's
150. Maybe a price in the putter. 3 wedges for the price of a putter. You're basically getting out there for $1,100 or so.
Yeah, like you said, for people getting into the game, need a set, then they don't want to blow the bank. I mean, this is pretty good. Obviously, you don't have any fairway woods with this, no hybrids. I'm sure that's coming. But yeah, a pretty good starter set and 2 dozen balls for
2 dozen balls.
less than $40.
Throw those in the cart just because.
Yeah.
And we are groceries for the week. All right, guys. Yeah, not bad. Great, it is great value. You can't get away from that. It's great value for what you're paying. We see clients come in nowadays, Canadian dollar or US dollar, $5,000-6,000 US for a set of clubs, customized, 7,000 Canadian for basically what we have behind us here. So you're literally, a fifth, a sixth of those costs. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
To get you going. Not a bad way to start.
Not a bad set.
All right, guys, let us know what you think. Who has jumped onto the Costco, the Kirkland bandwagon? I want to hear who's playing this stuff. What do you think? Is it better than what you had before? Did you go custom and it didn't work for you and Costco went better for you? I think you maybe need to go back to your club fit and have a word with them. But as far as a beginner set goes, not bad at all.
Yeah, good start.
Good stuff. All right, guys, stay tuned for more. We'll see you again soon.